We're at the scenic wonders of Mount Rushmore this week in South Dakota as Chao Racing 2017 brings you another tag team episode this September. And here is the wonder who always ready to shine in South Dakota, your host, Mr. Brandon Jennings. Hello, South Dakota. Wow, Mount Rushmore is really fantastic. And I hope you're ready too. Are you ready? Yes, we are. And hello, the fans as well. Welcome to another edition of Chao Racing 2017, live from Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. Well, we pause on September tag team action, and this promised me a dandy. So, Paul, who do we have for our first race of the day? Alright, starting off week 18 here at Mount Rushmore, we have the Days Brothers, Kenny and Tommy, taking on Lewis Charleston and Hunter Brown. As always, these races will be held on the Emerald course, and there's a look at the lineup for this race. Let's head down to the field. Good luck to the first two teams. Everyone is on the clock. And please start the race! Here we go. Alright, so the two teams are off and running. Each one of those 24 tag teams are surely firing up here at Mount Rushmore. But only 12 of those teams will earn a win this week. Who will be the first team to shine in Mount Rushmore? We'll find out soon enough. Right now it looks like Tommy Days will have control of the lead up in the front. And he is going to be heading for the water, along with Kenny Days and Lewis Charleston, as the first superstar against Beepus is Hunter Brown, who's trying desperately to stay alive over at the bridges. And number 2 is getting left behind in the competition all the way back. He is better to take the water, trying to gain some ground. As speed bus number 2 in this race will be made by number 7, who's trying to hold on number 8 over at the bridges for dear life. Right now, Tommy Days currently leads over his partner Kenny Days and the great Lewis Charleston. The Days was trying to get back on track towards our hunt for the second title, as number 2, well, the next advanced speeders, he was way behind for a while, but now he leads numbers 4, 7, and 8 in the dust. Poor number 7 and poor number 8 are getting left behind from numbers 1 and 2. They don't want to get left behind, but which one of them will get the next command speeders? It's going to be number 8 who gets the next command speeders, thus leaving number 7 in dead meat. Meanwhile, Tommy Days currently has the lead, with Kenny Days and the great Lewis Charleston rapidly catching up to him. Will Lewis Charleston make the pass from both Tommy and Kenny Days, or will the Days first one for a victory? We'll soon know in the only one. Next speeders belongs to number 7. That makes it second speeders race, and look at that. He's going to lead number 1 in the dust because he was pausing for a moment. And the great Lewis Charleston will get the next command speeders after going west for a while. He's trying to make a statement over Big Cherry Tommy Days. Big Tommy Days will be the first to push the home stretch. Let's see if he will wind up in the only one. It looks like he is going to hold on for the easy victory over Lewis Charleston. As Kenny Days will get the next command speeders, I think his team is going to be happy when he's on this week. Yep. Lewis Charleston won't have enough distance to catch up to Tommy and Kenny Days in time. The Days Brothers are first winners of our week 18 action. As Hunter Brown, a little disappointing loss, will close out the speedway race. That makes sense, second speedway race, but it's the combination of the Days Brothers who won this one. That's right, and as more than 7 coming out, we're just getting started. Do not go away. Okay, power time for race number 2. Alright, race number 2 will feature Eric Crosby and Aaron Holmes, who have yet to get a win so far this season, as they take on Chuck Dixon and Gary Coles. Will Gary Coles' hot streak continue, or will Eric get out and finally get a win on the board? There's only one way to find out. Let's rock this place! Alright, so Eric Crosby and Aaron Holmes, and number 1 is good. So he will be left behind the crowd. Eric and Aaron are trying desperately to get the first win in the 2017 tag team season, while Chuck Dixon and Gary Coles look to continue for their search for the 2018 title chances. And now in the free Chao ready to fruit, it looks like Chuck Dixon was well last a while back. And look at that, Eric Crosby and Al Holmes unexpectedly will have the upper hand because the other Chao was dancing to the beat. And it looks like Eric Crosby's going to be heading for the water, trying to gain some ground. As number 8 wins the opening toss this time around. And right now number 2 is getting left behind in the competition all the way back. And number 7 is going to rest. So he's better join number 2 for dear life all the way in the back. As number 8, who leaps Chuck Dixon left behind, opens this one up with back-to-back speed west. And right now it is Eric Crosby who leads over Gary Coles in the convoy. The Chao Outlaw trying to get the first win for Al Holmes for the tag team of the 2017 tag team season. And who will get the next command 3 months? It is number 1 who will get the next command 3 months. He leads Chuck Dixon and thus poor Chuck Dixon is getting left behind in the competition. But numbers 2 and 7 are the real deal, while way behind the competition. And Chuck Dixon pauses for one, trying to get something. As he will get the next command 3 months. And now he's trying to lead numbers 2 and 7 left behind for a while. Meanwhile, Eric Crosby and Al Holmes are taking first and second place respectively. I do believe they are going to hold on for an easy victory. Yep, they're going to get the first win for sure. Next just belongs to number 8. That makes his first because of race. And he dominates over the 4-7 Chao and Chuck Dixon in the convoy. Number 7, meanwhile, is getting all along last place. But it's Chuck Dixon who will get number 2. That makes his second speed race. But I highly doubt his team will going to win this one. Yep, Eric Crosby and Al Holmes are gone. And Eric Crosby is one of us trying to get into it. But he should still have to lead over Chuck Dixon and Gary Coles. As his partner, Al Holmes, who also wakes up first down, takes the next command 3 months. And now they have a little bit more breathing room ahead of Gary Coles and Chuck Dixon. And Al Holmes taunts for one. But I do believe Eric Crosby is going to celebrate an easy victory, yeah? As number 2, we'll have the next command 3 months, trying to lead number 1 in the dust. Looks like Eric Crosby is going to celebrate the first victory over Al Holmes. Looks like he's going to celebrate the first victory of the tag team season, yeah? As number 2 takes back the rest of us, Eric Crosby and Al Holmes finally get the first win of the 2017 season. What a deal! And we have just enough time for one more speed bus at this race, and it will be made by number 7, who is all alone in last place. So after many great losses, it is Eric Crosby and Al Holmes who gets win number 1 on the tag team. That's right, and there's more excitement coming up, so stay tuned. Alright, welcome back to Chao Racing 2017. Who do we have? By the way, if you saw that last race, Al Holmes was winless in his first 19 races, but that win in the last segment, that win finally gave Al Holmes his first win after 20 races. So he did very well in the tag team, and thus he's finally on the board for the 2017 season. Guys, him on a job well done. Now, who do we have for race number 3, Paul? Race number 3 will feature our defending champions, Al Hughes Jr. and Chris Knuckles, taking on Jeff Dallas and Frank Fernandez. Al Hughes Jr. and Chris Knuckles are trying to put one step closer towards repeating their title. Let's see if they can make it happen tonight. Best of luck to those 2 teams for the first victory, and please start the race! Here we go. Alright, so who will be the next team to shine for the Mount Rushmore crowd this week? We'll find out soon. Right now, the 4 Chao are going to kick the palm-trees, and it looks like Jeff Dallas is going to just like it. And right now, Al Hughes Jr. is going to eat the fruit, and so is Frank Fernandez. And there goes Al Hughes Jr. He's going to lead over Frank Fernandez at the convoy. And let's see what happens here. And it looks like Al Hughes Jr. is going to be heading for the water. As the first starting as speed is number 8. That's the second race in a row. Now number 8 has won the opening toss for this race. And right now he is leading number 7 in the dust. Right now Jeff Dallas is trying desperately to lead the Silver Chao in the dust. As speed bus number 2 in this race will be made by number 2. And Jeff Dallas will better to drop down a couple of places. And right now it is Al Hughes Jr. who has a dominating lead over Frank Fernandez at the convoy. He's trying to get one step closer towards the repeat title chance for his tag team title. And And it looks like Kristen Argos, his partner, will get the next command because he is definitely catching up to Frank Bonantal in a hurry. And right now, number 7 is getting left behind as we pass the 1 minute mark. Number 7 is getting all alone in last place, trying desperately to catch up to the crowd. But who really got the next command because it is Frank Bonantal, that's who, trying desperately to catch up to Kristen Argos in a hurry. Right now, Al here Jr. is safely ahead of Frank Bonantal. Will Al here Jr. assist Kristen Argos to another easy victory? We'll soon know. Next Spears belongs to number 2. That makes his second Spears race, trying to lead over the 4-7 Chao to come one. And point number 2-7 still way behind the competition. He wants to get a couple of speed bumps and he wants to get back in this one. And number 8 toss for point. Which one will get the next command speed bumps? It is number 8. So now we point number 7 in the dust. And by now, Al here Jr. back in the front. Curry leads over Jeff Norris at the Cowboy with Kristen Argos catching right on their tail. Al here Jr. is going to be the first approach home stretch. Will we hold off Jeff Norris for the victory? We'll soon know. First, let's head back to number 2. That makes his first previous race. And look at that. He's going to have command on the lead on the 4 switch out because number 1 is Norris. And it looks like Al here Jr. and Kristen Argos will be one step closer towards the repeat title. As number 7 takes next viewers and we went a little too far that time. Al here Jr. and Kristen Argos prevail over Jeff Norris and Frank Bonantal. So now they're one step closer towards becoming the repeat title this week. As number 7 spent the closest one out with that demand speed buzz. And Al here Jr. and Kristen Argos can celebrate this month. That's right, but they'll be ready in next month's action. Coming up, we got more exciting action for you, but first have a look at this. And now for race number 4, we have... Who do we have again? Race number 4, we have Walter Gregson and Steel Cutter Aaron Miller, the 2016 Tag Team Champions, against Jerry Lang and Evan Saningo, who's trying desperately to get wins on their board so that they can at least come back next season for 2018. Let's see what happens here. Everyone that's on the clock. And let's have a challenge. Alright, there goes Walter Gregson and Aaron Miller. They have a pretty good start ahead of Jerry Land and Everton Ingo and the Cowboy. Why not Walter Gregson and Aaron Miller are shaking the palm trees. And now they're going to eat the food. And there goes Walter Gregson. He's going to have command on the up in front. And I do believe he's going to have the upper hand on those two teams because the other Chao are dancing to the beat. And it looks like he's going to be heading for the water, trying to gain some ground over the competition. And who's going to get the only toss for this race? We're about to find right now. It's number 8. So for the third consecutive race, number 8 will win the opening toss for Week 18's action races. And right now it looks like Jerry Lang is trying desperately to catch up along with number 2 over at the water. As Steve is number 2 in this race, we're made by number 1. And there we go, slide down the ice. I think that will be enough to take the lead over the 4 Silver Chao. Yep, that fine puts him in the lead over the 4 Silver Chao ahead of Jerry Lang. And right now numbers 2 and 7 are getting left behind. We're approaching a 1 minute mark, and who will get the next command for us? It's number 2. That will be number 7 and then be in last place. And back of it fun, Walter Gregson and Aaron take first and second respectively. They're currently dominating over the other team right now. Will the other team ever have a chance to get back in this one? Or will Boba and Aaron secure another easy victory? We'll soon know as we approach the home stretch. Next place belongs to Evan Chaningo, who is catching up with partner Jerry Lang. But I highly doubt they're going to catch up to that young team in the hurry. Right now, numbers 2 and 7 are getting left behind, and it looks like number 2 will get the next command. So let's try to lead number 7 in the dust. And right now, Walter Gregson currently leads over his partner Aaron Miller, and Aaron Miller is going to rest. But he should still have lead, and look at that! Aaron Miller in the next command for us. Now they have a little bit more breathing room ahead, and look at that. Jerry Lang and Everton can go up over the rest. So they're going to be left behind in the competition for a while. After the next Spears will be fine, Everton can go. That means his second Spears race, but they won't have any hope of catching up to the other team in hurry. Looks like Aaron Miller and Walter Gregson are going to celebrate another easy victory ahead back as Jerry Lang takes the next champion. Disappointment loss this week, and number 7 getting left behind the competition. Walter Will Creekson and Aaron Miller prevail over the competition, with Aaron Miller coming in first place. Great job by Bo and Aaron, as number 1 will close up Steelers Lake, leaving numbers 2 and 7 in the dust. So Wolverine and Aaron are one step closer towards fulfilling the second time in the last 3 years. Let's hope for the very best later on in the season. Back in a bit, do not go away. Alright, welcome back to Mount Rushmore. Who do we have next, Paul? Race number 5 will feature the Metal Busters. That is the Metal Fusionists, Cherry Pickles, and the Crime Buster Police and Rusty Williamson. They're trying to get a win on the board as they take on Kyle Richmond and the Bobby Maynard, Bobby Gay. And there's the lineup for this next race. And let's send them down to the field again. The Bears are lined up and ready to go. So without further ado, let's rock this place! Alright, there goes the next 2 teams pressing down the rainbow path, with Kyle Richmond off to a pretty good start, trying to get some wins to qualify for the 2018 playoffs, or at least coming back next season. Kyle Richmond's doing pretty well over the last couple of races, but he is going to achieve the following threes, all with the free Chao, and now they're going to eat the food, and Kyle Richmond will lead over the 8 Chao to come on, with Rusty Williamson and Cherry Pickles right on their tail, battling for second place. And it looks like Kyle Richmond's going to be heading for a shortcut. I knew that's going to happen. He took a shortcut from the 40. That's Rusty Williamson wins the only cause for the Crime Buster Policeman. Kyle Richmond now has a comfortable lead with Bobby K. Joe Pickles will have to sail with deal with the water up in the back. Now he has a lot of catching on to do as the Crime Buster Policeman, Rusty Williamson, takes back the speed of the star race. They're taking second and third place respectively, but they still have a long way to go to catch up to Kyle Richmond in a hurry. Number 8 is getting left behind in competition as the next PS we made by the Bobby Maynard, Bobby K, who's gaining some ground the only one. His team is safely in the lead ahead of pack, because Kyle Richmond is simply gone, ladies and gentlemen. He can forget about being tailgated. And Bobby K will get back-to-back speed as his team is showing how many wins so far in this race. By the way, that makes 2 in a row points in a row for the Crime Buster Police and Rusty Williamson and the Bobby Maynard, Bobby K. All speed runs are consecutive so far, as number 8 pauses for 1. As the next speed runs we made by the Metal Fusionists, Cherry Pickles, goes to the third place behind his partner, Rusty Williamson. But I highly doubt they'll make a miracle comeback against Kyle Richmond. He is simply out of here, ladies and gentlemen. He's rushing past the waterfall, and his fans mean it. He's going to get an easy victory with Bobby again this week. Yep, he's going to get a win for sure. Next US belongs to number 2, who's trying to lead over the 4-7 Chao ahead of number 1. And poor number 8 is getting left behind on the competition. He really needs speed runs, and he got it just in time, but he's still in last place behind the pack. And Kyle Richmond has his race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. The Metal Busters won't have enough business to catch up to Kyle Richmond in time. Kyle Richmond and Bobby K secure another easy victory, as Bobby K will get another time making his first field race. He went a little too far by time, but he's showing happy with the result. His team is the winner of this race. Right on number 7 and 8 are getting left behind in the competition, and number 8 is taking extra man speed runs. That makes his second speed runs for the race. And we have just enough time for one more speed bus up this race, and it will be made by the Bobby Maynard himself, Bobby K, doing a total of 4 speed runs for this race. His team is the winner of this race. Kyle Richmond and Bobby K are showing how it was all. That's why Kyle Richmond hot streak continues this week, and there's more something coming up, so stay tuned. And we'll be halfway through week 18 here in Mount Rushmore after we present race number 6. Who do we have again, Paul? Race number 6 will feature Howard and Dave on the Miller Traders, taking on Nick Saiwan and Richard Household. Hal Miller has really surely put him a lot of wins so far in the first second half of the season. Will his hot streak continue this week here in Mount Rushmore? We're about to find out right now. We start the race. And there goes Hal Miller busting down the line. He's going to lead over the 8 Chao to come on for his team, trying to assist Dave Miller to another easy victory so that they can have another chance of winning the tag team title for 2018. He's eating it through, and there he goes. Let's watch the other three Chao now, all the way in the back, as they shake the palm trees, and now they're eating the fruit, and they mill his rest. And next time one dances the bee, and there goes Richard Household. He's going to have command in second place over the rest of the pack, and they Miller is dancing to the beat. But he should still have a dominating effort because Hal Miller is safely in the lead, as number 7 wins the away toss this time around, and he's heading for a 1, trying to gain some ground. Hal Miller is trying to get another victory. He has currently had 10 wins of his 19 wins so far, as number 2 takes Beaver's number 2 in his place, trying to hold on Dick Side 1 for 6th place, and number 8 is Will. So he's going to be left behind in the competition for a while. Now he's way behind in the competition for sure, getting left behind. And number 2 pauses for one as the next video is made by Dick Side 1, who's trying to catch up with the others in a hurry. Right now, Hal Miller is safely in the lead with number 7 dominating over the 4-0 Chao and the rest of the pack in second place. We're passing the 1 minute mark on this phase, and who will get the next command for us? It is number 1 who gets it. He's trying to lead numbers 2 and 8 in the dust. Number 7 continues his domination over the others in the hurry. Right now, numbers 2 and 8 are getting left behind, and number 8 taunts for 1. Which one of them will get the next command for us? It is number 2. So he will lead number 8 in dead meat all the way in the back. Meanwhile, Hal Miller is approaching the wall as he climbs up the wall with no opponents to worry about, along with Dave Miller, because he is his ally. I think Hal Miller's going to let Dave Miller to another easy victory. Yep, the Miller twins are going to get another easy victory this week. Back to number 2, and now he gains a little bit more ground ahead of next time 1 and numbers 1 and 8. Poor number 8 really wants to get speed runners, but I'm afraid he's going to hit the wall with plenty of time to spare. So the next speeders is going to be made by Dave Miller, the Miller Traders. His team is safely in the lead, and Hal Miller really needs it. Looks like he's going to get his 11th win of his 20 races he has so far this season. Looks like Hal Miller's going to assist Dave Miller to another easy victory. As next time one takes the next match, making his second speeders in the race, you can tell him one up for Howard and Dave Miller of the Miller Traders. That was a dominating performance by Howard and Dave Miller. Well done. And who will get the next command speeders? It is going to be Richard Hasselhoff. A little disappointed for the loss that time. And next time it was a little disappointed as well. But as always, next time for that team. And we have just enough time for one more speedrun of the space, and it will be made by number 2, who is number 1 left behind in the dust. That makes his second speedrun space, and Howard and Dave move one step closer towards fulfilling their 2018 title chances. That's right, let's see how the compares to Millie won. And we'll present the second half of our men's mission races after we hear word from this. Well, Paul, we're back from our halftime break, and now it's time to proceed to the second half of our men's division play. Take it away. Race number 7 will feature the dazzling aces John Miller and Fred Harrison, taking on the 2015 Microsoft champion David Howley and Gordon Lambert. Let's see what the lineup folds. And this one will indeed feature the Gordon Chao, so they're going to need a lot of help in this one, but they should be able to handle this one, don't you think? Yeah, I think so too. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Let's go to the next 2 teams on the quest for victory, and let's have a Chao race! Alright, so which team will be the next to chime here in Mount Rushmore this week? We'll find out soon enough. Remember, no matter who wins this one, anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe. That's our motto for each and every week and every season here on Chao Racing. So make sure to memorize that motto from now on. Alright, the 2 teams are going to shake the palm trees, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And it's going to be John Miller versus David Howley up in the front, because the other 2 Chao are dancing to the beat. Let's see what happens up in the front, and John Miller to the rest. That means David Howley, the 2015 Microsoft champion, is going to have command and the lead up in the front. As the first superstar gets this is number 1, who's heading for the water, along with a couple of opponents and one number Golden Chao. And right now it is Richard Hasselhoff who's getting left behind in the competition over at the bridges. He is way behind in the competition, all the way in the back of the pack. And he's going to, so now he's way behind the competition, sure. But he wakes up immediately when the next command speeders. But he's still a long ways to go. He wants to get back in this one. Right now it is David Howley who leads for his team up in the front with John Miller rapidly catching up to him along with number 7, battling for second place at the convoy. We're approaching the 1 minute mark of this race. As the next BS win made by number 8, who leaves number 2 left behind instead. And right now, Richard Oswald is still way behind in the competition. His team currently leads right now, but that could change in Mount Rushmore because John Lewis is not catching up to him. Anyway, Richard Oswald will get the next command BS. That makes his second BS race, but he's still way behind in the competition already. And down goes David Howley. That's going to cost Samson. And David Howley passes more. So that means John Miller will have command in the lead. As number 7 will have the next command BS. And David Howley's going to. That means John Miller will really have command in the lead now. And it looks like Fred has it, but his team now leads over the competition, even though he drops down to last place at the convoy. As the next BS way made by his partner, John Miller. Now he has a little bit more breathing room ahead of David Howley at the convoy. And right now, one of the golden Jones on the rest. Looks like Fred Harrison is surely happy with the result because his team now has command of the lead. David Howley trying to make one last effort to stay alive with the next command BS, but it looks like he won't have enough room to catch up to John Miller. Looks like the Dazzling Aces are going to be one step closer towards redemption this year. Yep, John Miller is gone, ladies and gentlemen. As Richard Household takes the next BS, John Miller assists Fred Harrison to a victory for the Dazzling Aces. They get the job done here, folks. So now they're another one closer, of course, fulfilling the redemption run. As number 1, we'll get another turn. That makes his second BS race, and I think that is going to do it right there. Yep, that's going to do it for this race. So the Dazzling Aces earn another win towards their redemption run this season. That's right, let's hope they'll keep up with the strong pace early on. Coming up, we got more on Edge for you, but first have a look at this. And now let's split up race number 8. Paul, take it away. Alright, race number 8 will feature the License of Destiny. Last year's runner-up, consisting of the License to Drive Alpine Senior and OJ Upton, or OJ Upton for short. Tonight they'll be taking on Garrett Dayton, the Gundam Star Master, and F1 King, so you know Harlem Shake Wiz. As we look at the lineup for this next race, the players are lined up and ready to go. So without further ado, let's rock this place. And it looks like OJ Upton's the best. That means Garrett Dayton and F1 Kingsley will have a 2-on-1 advantage over Alpine Senior. We'll soon find out if it will pay off or not in the only one. Right now, Alpine Senior, Garrett Dayton, and F1 Kingsley are chicken the palm trees, shaking like crazy. And now Garrett Dayton and F1 Kingsley are going to eat the food. And it looks like F1 Kingsley is going to have coming in on the lead. Free Chao decided to dance to the lead, it looks like. So F1 Kingsley will have the upper hand for his team in the convoy. As number 8 wins the winning toss this time around, trying desperately to get back in this one. Right now, Alpine Senior really needs to make a statement if he wants a second chance of winning the World and Tag Team titles. And number 1 is where it's going to be left behind the competition. And Alpine Senior is flying down the water, trying to maintain the ground over the competition. As Speedbus number 2 in this race, we made by number 1, who was way behind in the competition for a while, but now he maintains momentum. Right now, it is the Gundam Star Master Garrett Dayton who leads for F1 Kingsley and the convoy. They have the upper hand so far over the License of Destiny. Will they keep it up in the second half of the course? We'll find out soon. We'll get to the next command Speedbus. It's going to be all the way back. It's going to be number 7 who will get the next command Speedbus, trying desperately to catch up to number 2 and OJ Upton on the License of Destiny. Meanwhile, it looks like F1 Kingsley is doing a pretty good job keeping up with the pace. His team is still smiling so far today. And down he goes. That's going to cause serious damage. As number 1, who dominates over the force of Chao, takes the next command Speedbus. That makes his second Speedbus of the race. He is leaving the other Zero Chao in the dust. Poor OJ Upton is getting all alone in last place. He's going to need a couple of good Speedbus if he wants to get back in this one. And this is one of them. Alpine Senior also trying to catch up for the License of Destiny. But will it be enough to make the pass for both Garrett Dayton and F1 Kingsley? We'll find out soon when we get to the home stretch. Right now, Garrett Dayton, and he's with us. That means F1 Kingsley will have command of the lead, but his team should still have a dominating lead, as he will get the next command. Now he maintains momentum over the competition right now. I think his team should be happy with the result here, yep. And it looks like a couple of Chao and OG up to on good rest. So that means they're going to be left behind in the competition for a while. And who will get to the next command US? It is going to be the license to drive out here. But I don't think that won't be enough to catch up to Garrett Dayton. Garrett Dayton's going to defend the lead right when there. See, I knew Garrett Dayton and F1 Kingston will have the upper hand in this race. They're going to win this one right when there. Garrett Dayton and F1 Kingston are our winners. You can do the double star dance force because Garrett Dayton came in first place and thus his team is the winner. Great job. As number 2, wow, the next command, yes, and I do believe that is going to do it for this race. Number 7, can just forget about this race. He is going home empty handed. Alright, so despite one last effort by Alien Sr., Garrett Dayton and F1 Kingsley, demolish the license of destiny in a hurry. That's right, that was an exciting race, and we'll be right back for more after the break. Do not go away. Still to come here in week 18 of Mount Rushmore, we got a special surprise for you as our 2 undefeated tag teams look to improve to 6-0 in an exciting main event, and it's sure to be a thrilling one. But right now, let's proceed to race number 9, and Paul's going to tell us all about it. Paul, take it away. Alright, race number 9 will feature the classic go-getters. That is the next generation star Antonio Bennett and the prototype wizard Chris Schneider. Tonight, they'll be taking on Small Bean to Alex Markinson and the former Blackfire Will Livingston, who's trying desperately to get wins to qualify for next season's roster. Let's see what happens here. We'll run to the 2 teams on quest for victory, and let's rock this place! Alright, so who will be the lucky dip this one time? We'll find out soon enough. It looks like Alex Markinson and Will Livingston are off to a pretty good start ahead of the classic go-getters. But which one will really prevail in the early run? We'll find out soon enough. Right now, the 2 teams are going to shake the palm trees, and now I'm going to eat the fruit. And there goes Will Livingston. He's going to lead for the competition. Alex Markinson is right on his tail in second place. But the classic go-getters rapidly catching up to them as number 2 wins the only toss, and that'll be enough to take the lead over the 4th third Chao. And number 8 is Forrest back in the back. So he's better to be left behind in the competition all the way in the back. Now he has a lot of catching up to do. And who got PS number 2? It is number 1 who gets it. Who is battling over the 1 along with number 2. And right now looks like Will Livingston's the rest, but he should still have the lead for his team at the Cowboy. Yep, he should have a devastating lead right now at the Cowboy. As the next PS win made by Chris Schneider, the prototype wizard, one half of the classic go-getters, trying desperately to make the playoffs this year, but I don't think they'll have a chance to win it all this week. Right now, number 8 is getting left behind the competition, but it's number 7 who is also left behind the competition, takes the next pass PS, and number 1 seems like he's getting left behind as well. Right now, it is Will Livingston who leads for his team, with Alex Markinson rapidly catching up to him in second place. And who will get the next coming PS? We're about to find right now as we pass to 110. It is number 8. He finally gets some help from the crowd, but he's going to need a lot more help than out once he's stuck up into his game. Will Livingston and Alex Markinson take first and second place respectively. Will the classic go-getters ever have a chance to catch up with those 2 in a hurry? We'll find out soon enough. Back to number 8 as he continues to fight for dear life. I don't think he'll get any more spears every now and then. He's going to be left behind for sure. Chris Schneider is trying his best, along with Antonio Bennett, to catch up to the other team in a hurry. They might need a miracle if they want to come back in this one. As number 1 gets to number 2, that makes his second spear space, and down goes number 8. That's going to cause us serious damage. Possibly a bandage or 2. Anyway, the Chao climbing up the wall, and who got the next one? It is the next generation superstar Antonio Bennett, who has the next command PS, but I do believe Will Livingston is going to hold on for an easy victory. If Antonio doesn't have enough flying going. Yep, as Chris Schneider takes enough PS, it looks like Will Livingston will be able to hold off Antonio Bennett. Antonio didn't have enough flying ability to catch up to Will Livingston. Will Livingston and Alex Markinson hold on to the classic go-getters to win this one. What a deal. So Will Livingston and Alex Markinson are back on track. As number 8, who is way behind the competition, will close on spears. And number 7 is also left behind the competition. That makes his first spears for number 8, and Will Livingston and Alex Markinson are winners. That's right, coming up, we'll say the best about tag team action, but first, let's look at this. now, race number 10, Paul. Race number 10, we got one of the teams that have yet to get a win so far this season. It's Norman Finer and Benny Mullen as they take on Ryan Cushion and Thomas Lingrana. Will Norman Finer and Benny Mullen finally tally up a win on the board for the 2017 season? Or will Ryan Cushion and Thomas Lingrana get back on the right track? There's only one way to find out. Everyone's on the clock, and please start the base. Here we go. Alright, the next two teams are off and running, trying to impress the Mount Rushmore attendance here in South Dakota this week. And by the way, this is now in the fall season, which begins on September 22nd. And it will run until December 21st of this year. Right now, it looks like the three of the Chao are going to eat the food, because someone was scoreless. It looks like Thomas Lingrana was scoreless. Right now, it is Norman Finer, Benny Moore, and Ryan Cushion are all battling for the lead up in front. As number 7, who dominates over the 4-story Chao, takes the open toss, and he decides to fly over the windmills. But he's still dominating over the 4-story Chao at the curve one. Right now, it looks like number 2 is scoreless, and number 1 is supposed to be heading for the water. As Benny Moore, the urban cowboy, takes Beaver's number 2 this race. And look at this. His team is way ahead right now because Norman Finer has took a shortcut. So now Norman Finer will have control of the lead thanks to that shortcut as he makes his way to the sapphire portion of the course. As the next PS win made by number 2. And look at that. He now leads over the 4-story Chao ahead of number 7 and 1 because they'll go in the mess. And right now, number 8 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back. We'll be passing 1 minute mark, and who got the next P-Buzz? It is Ryan Christian, who desperately trying to make a comeback here, but I don't think he'll have a chance to stand at all. Right now, it's Norman Finer who's going to be first to approach the wall, with Benny Moore safely in second place behind him. I think they're going to get the first winners each for sure. Yep, the Rooster team is going to be over soon enough. Next PS belongs to number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. He is way behind the competition. I don't think we'll get any more PS for a while. And down goes number 1. That's going to cost us serious damage. Now he's also left behind in the competition. But who really got the next command PS? It is going to be made by number 7, who leaves number 1 in us after falling for a while. Number 8 really needs to get a lot of speed rush, but will he hit the wall before he gets a speed rush? I'm afraid so. He's going to hit the wall first. So he's going to be left behind the competition for a while. As the next PS will be made by Thomas Lingrana, who's got to jump to hurry. But I do believe Norman Finer and Benny Moore are finally going to get the first win of the season. Yep, Norman Finer wins by about a landslide over his opponents. Benny Moore is going to take second place behind him, and he's smiling with the victory. As the next PS will be made by number 8, who is way behind the competition all the way back. And I do believe that's going to be the last P-Bus for the match. Benny Moore will come in second, Ryan Cushion will come in third, and Thomas Lingrana will come in 4th place. And that's going to do it for this race. Alright, so Norman Finer and Benny Moore are finally on the board for the first time. Yup, but they still need a lot of catching up to do if we want to get back next season. We'll find out soon enough. Back in a bit, do not go away! Alright, Paul, there's only a couple more races left for the men's division here at week 18. Tell us what we have first. Well, Brian, the first event will feature Steve Wigman and Mount Rushmore of the Irish taking on Biggie Nelson and Rusty Instant Replay Jackington of the Go-Getters 2.0. Let's see what happens here. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, please start the base. And it looks like number 2 is going to so he will be left behind in the crowd. And it looks like number 7 is going to join number 2 for D-Life. And so is number 1. Right now, all 4 superstars are chicken potteries, or at least 3 of them right now. I think Rusty is and Jackington pauses for one. And there goes Ricky Nelson. He's going to have come in the lead, with Steve Wigman catching up to him in 2nd place. At the Cowboy up in the front. And it looks like Ricky Nelson's going to be heading for the water. As the first superstar against Peepers is Van Shante, who's also heading for the water. And there goes Steve Wigman rushing down the water. He now has come in the lead. He passes Ricky Nelson for the lead up in the front. So now Steve Wigman is surely dominating in the lead as number 8, who is way behind in the competition, takes Beaver's number 2 in this race. He needs a lot more help than that. Will he get some more help, or will it be done for? We'll find out soon enough. Right now, let's head back to Stealing Man as he continues to head into the Sapphire Course. I don't think anyone will catch up to him in a hurry. We got the next P-Bus. It is number 7. That's Sue, who's trying desperately to catch up in this one. Vicky Nelson is trying desperately to get back in this one, but Manuel Shante is rapidly catching up to him for 2nd place. Will Vicky Nelson make a statement in the very end? We'll find out soon enough. Next P-Bus belongs to number 8. That makes his 2nd P-Bus the race, but he's still in last place behind number 7. And Stealing Man is going to be the first to approach the water. I do believe his swimming ability will get another victory on number 1, as number 1 will get another turn, and down goes one of the yellows to the Chao. Now it's going to cost us serious damage. And Rusty is getting jacket in his goodness. So he's expected to drop down to last place over the competition all the way in the back. That means he's going to need a couple of speed busts if he wants to get back in this one. And this is one of them. Now trying to pass number 8 for D-Life. And Ricky Nelson and Manuel Shante are going to rest. That means Stealing Man will have a comfortable distance over Vicky Nelson at the current moment. Vicky Nelson trying to make one last effort to stay alive. But it looks like Stealing Man's going to be off and running. As number 2, who dominates over the forest to a Chao, takes the next last few years, and now goes Stealing Man. He is leaving Vicky Nelson in the dust. And the Luck of the Irish prevail over the Go-Getters 2.0. That was an easy advantage for Stealing Man and the Luck of the Irish. Well done. As number 7 will get another turn, that makes his 2nd P-Bus race. And I think that's going to do it, because Rusty Instant Ranking Jacketon is swimming really fast. That's going to do it. So the Luck of the Irish dominating over the competition. That's right. That leads us to the main event, and we'll present our main event after we present a word from this sponsor. Alright, Paul, it is time for the main event of Week 18. You said it, Brandon, and for this month's main event and tag team play, we have Vince Stason and Graham Miller taking on Donald Reddings and Luke Green. So we have 2 of the fastest swimmers in the league, and this week's main event is presented by Chevrolet, because we remind you to see the USA in your Chevrolet. Enough said, so let's head down to the field one more time. The players are lined up and ready to go, so without further ado, let's have a challenge! Alright, so who will be September Tag Team of the Month? We'll soon know as the 2 teams make their way towards the palm trees. And this should be an exciting main event to remember, because 2 of those Chao are really fast swimmers. But let's see which 2 teams will prevail in the only one. And it looks like Donald Reddings and Glenn Murray, the 2 fastest swimmers of the league, will have command of battling for the lead up in front. And it looks like they're both heading for the water, as the first superstar to get P-Bus on Week 18's main event, presented by Chevrolet, is none other than number 2, who is also heading for the water, along with Luke Green, and a couple others to a Chao. Right now, number 1 also heading for the water, and she's trying to maintain ground over the competition, as P-Bus number 2 of this race was made by number 7, who leads number 8 in the dust. Now trying to get back in this one. Number 8 is really way behind. He got left behind from number 7, P-Bus. Number 8 is getting left behind. He doesn't have any opponents to worry about. Well, anyway, who got the next P-Bus? It is Vince Stason trying to lead number 1 in the dust. Currently, it is Donald Reddings who leads over Glenn Murray. Let's find out which swimmer will prevail when they get to the home stretch. Next P-Bus belongs to number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. He finally got his P-Bus, but he needs a lot more help than that to stay in the game, don't you think? Anyway, Vince Stason also trying to catch up in a hurry. He's having a hard time catching up, as number 1 will get the next command P-Bus, and now he leads number 8 left behind for the 2nd time in this phase. And back with front, looks like Donald Reddings is first. That means Glenn Murray will have command on the lead up in the front. So now Glenn Murray will have control of the lead up in the front. But here comes Donald Reddings with the next command P-Bus. Now trying to regain the lead over Glenn Murray at the current moment. And right now, numbers 1, 2, and 8 are getting left behind the competition, and it looks like Green is correct. And number 1 is correct, so he's going to be left behind on the competition for the second time in this race. And as Luke Green takes the next race, because dominating holds on Glenn Murray to win this week's main event. So Donald Minnings and Luke Green are our Week 18 main event winners, and thus they are the September Tag Team of the Month. Great job by those two teams. And Vince Stason will get another turn, but he's a little disappointed with the loss. Well, there's always next time for Vince Stason and Glenn Murray. And Donald Minnings and Luke Green can celebrate. They'll be back next month to try to do it again from the month of October. That's right, congratulations to Donald Minnings and Luke Green for winning the main event. And there's more time coming out when the winners version right after we hear a word from this.